We just got done with today's job, 3:30. We were slacking off a little bit when we got home, but now we're going to make sheet metal for tomorrow's job. Here's my drawing right there. We got an 8x20 drop that's probably insulated, which means my return's only 7x19, which is definitely not enough airflow for me. So I'm going to change that drop to 8x25. I got a stock boot out in the barn, so I'm going to use that 16x25 filter going to 10x25. So I got to make a transition, a 4-foot chunk of 8x25. I didn't measure the ceiling because I was going to keep the original 8x20. Changed my mind, got nervous, worried about airflow and temperature rise. So we're going to 8x25. Problem is I didn't get the height measurement, so I'm just guessing it's an 8-foot ceiling. I'm going to make a 4-footer and a 12-inch section for the top. I'm going to cut that to length on the job. Then we just need a 13 3/4 inch plenum, and we're ready to go. What are you doing?
Working, right?
Working, yeah. There's my shop furnace. I pulled this out of a house when I was 20 years old, about 25 years ago. And I just stack up used parts next to it. The thing just keeps on running. This fitting's getting us from our 10x25 stock boot to our 8x25 drop. I went 8x25 on this drop just because I didn't want to cut I didn't look at the ceiling, so I don't know what I got there. If I went 10 all the way up, then I would have to cut the hole bigger, a couple different directions. That's probably good right there. And then just stick it in and bend it down that way. Put that right on the edge. Nope. No. Yeah. I like to do it like this. Just put that right there, and then put your handle down. Pull your handle down. Oh, okay. Now just push it down right here, sharp right there. That's another way to do it. Okay, see how your angle matches, and then bend up your main fitting.
Wait, what?
Now we got kind of a round bend there. Yeah, that's just flip it over. Hit it one more time. See what's happening? Yes. You got to keep that 90 when you hit that with a hammer like that. Otherwise, it's gonna be not. 12-inch piece. It'll get cut to length. Boot I bought from somebody pre-made. Plenum. Return transitions, canvas, 4-footer of 8 by 25 in the furnace. Okay, here we are. This Pulse, it's had a good run, 1993, so 27 years old. This drop is too small. We're going to tear that off and run a new 25 by 8. No sense going bigger than that. We got two 12 by 8s coming down to it, so you can't go any bigger. We were here the other day. I called Lennox. Heat exchanger's not available. Flame sensor's not available. The control right here was out. I happen to have a used one in my truck, so we just put that in and got it running for him. And now we're back to do the install. We're going to hack this muffler off of here. And new drop, filter boot, external. So I'm taking this wiring apart and I get this message in my face. Unit converted for use with LP gas. Well, guess what? I forgot to get an LP kit because I didn't even think of it. We're out in the country here, obviously, so I just called and they're bringing me an LP kit. Okay, we got her tore out. That thing was a beast. And we just got to bend these flanges in to accept our plenum. Got to cut that hole bigger up there. Go from 20 to 25 long. Coil looks good. Clean. We put this AC in a couple of years ago. Okay, so we just got that little piece of drop left. We got to cut the length and get our pads underneath the furnace. Oh, it's going to be, just got to cut a little bit off of there, huh?
Yeah.
I thought it was only going to be 2 inches long, but I guess not. So, wow, this looks good. And then we got to figure out how to get the gas in. I'm not sure if we should go in this side and come around. What do you think, Corey?
Come on, just go across.
You want to just go across?
90 down, 90 in.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's better than going through the furnace. Yeah, it'll look better. So we'll plan on that. I'm going to hack off this piece of drop and put that in there, and hopefully our LP kit shows up soon, and we're going to do a natural gas to LP conversion on this furnace here. So I'm going to start by doing the orifices. So we pull the manifold off of here. Just get these wires off here too.
You want to bring that light down?
I can't. I'm going to hold it.
I can hold it.
Turn on the flash if you need to.
There we go, that's better.
Okay, so we just gotta get these out of here. They give you enough to do 120,000 furnace, 2, 4, 6, 7 of them, 140,000 apparently. So I'll leave these here in case you ever get natural, but I doubt it. We're way out in the country. much smaller orifice on the LP than the natural. And then after this, we've got two. Let's see, we got to change the spring in the gas valve that's under here. And what else? We got to put that safety shutoff switch there. So if the LP tank gets too low and the pressure's not high enough, it's going to take out the. There's a low pressure switch that just doesn't let it work. So once it drops. Okay, so we have. What we're going to do now is install these screws in the burner venturi. So we need to get this drill bit and pull the burner out.
You got a drill? Yep.
Okay. And then we want to install those screws as straight as possible down into our three burners. Pulling the burners out. Be careful of your flame sensor. You find these dimples right here and drill your hole and put those screws in there. These are going to help mix the oxygen with the gas. You want to do that one? You can go back and forth. Okay, throw that guy back in there. Flame sensor wire back on. And then put the burner back on. Or the gas valve. Where's our screws up here?
Yep.
Oh, I forgot the ground. Now we've got all these bags here. There's two of them that are the same. These are the springs that go in the gas valve. There's an adjustment screw right here. And so we got to change the spring in there. Just going to pull this. This is where we adjust our gas pressure. And the thing that we do to adjust our gas pressure turns that spring in and out and puts pressure on the, what do you call it? The diaphragm in the gas valve. We're going to pull that spring out. Hopefully. Maybe. screwdriver, use that drill bit we had. So that's your natural gas spring. I'm going to leave that here for the customer with the orifices that we took out. And then look down here. So that thing comes with 3 different springs. These 2 are the same. That'd be if you had a 2-stage gas valve, and this must be for the modulating gas valve, I would guess. I don't know. So this is our spring. This is our gas valve, a 36J. So we're going to grab that spring and just put it in there. And then the adjustment screw. This is what we will be setting our LP gas pressure at the end of the job here when we check it out. So I'll just put that cap right there for now. Now all we got to do is figure out. Why don't you stop it? Alright, so now I just pulled the inlet pressure plug out of the gas valve right here. And we are going to install the low pressure switch, and then we'll have to check the wiring on that. So, pipe dough. We're going to go with this guy. Right where we took that plug out of the gas valve, the inlet plug. That's not the right 90. We need a long sweep 90 coming down. See the channel?
Oh, it's right here.
Okay, now that little brass one. And then the pressure switch. Now we just got to figure out where to wire this guy in. So in case the pressure drops, it takes off our burners. Furnace won't work if they don't fill their tank up. Now we got our inlet pressure plug going back in here. Alright, so we got our 2 wires that came with the pressure switch on the low gas pressure switch. These 2 wires came with it, so we put them on there. Pull off the orange wire off of our pressure switch. We're just breaking that and taking the power that normally went to the pressure switch up through with this male and female to male here. And that goes up through our low gas pressure switch and then back down. So we just added a portion of safeties there. Just added 1 extra safety. We gotta keep this from getting up into our inducers, so I don't know where's a good place to put that, but maybe just right there. Keep that from getting in the inducer. This looks like it could spin down a little bit. Keep that out of the door. And all we got to do is get our AC down, drill a hole down through here, and our thermostat wire, will pop it in this side, wire that up. High voltage is done. Gas, we're just going to come across with an 18-inch nipple to a 90, down to a 90, 7-inch nipple into the gas valve. We're almost done. PVC, we're going to hack off the exhaust, come straight down into the inducer elbow, and then the intake, that fell apart when it wasn't even glued up there, so we'll just glue that back in and come straight down into our intake here. Done deal. So we're going to set the fan speed. We got a 060 1714 0.5 static, 3-ton AC, 1085. It's the yellow wire, so we're going to pull the gray off cool. Ooh. Put the yellow up there on cool. And the high speed on spare. And then we're gonna check this baby out. Okay, so we had low gas pressure, so I found the max control right up there on the ceiling and dialed that up from that 10 point whatever to the higher point of this. It says when the burner, that just proved that our low pressure gas safety switch is doing its job. Turn the pressure up. Now we're getting a 1-2 at the board, which is what it does when we got to call for heat when we reinstate the power. Now the inducer's running. Now we got to make sure this stays between 12 and 13.6 when it fires. 12.5 when she fired.
Let her run for a while.
I don't want to wait for it. Let's get out of here. Shut that off.
1.8.
What is it?
1.8.
Wow.
3.5. 0.35, sorry.
0.35. 0.18 with that cheap filter, which means we got about 2 up top. It's not even getting hot. Might want to drop the fan speed. We left our thermometer in yesterday's job, so we can't check temp rise, which is a little disappointing. Let's see, maybe I got one out in the truck. Okay, our return air temp's 45, a pathetic 45 degrees. Right down there where the filter is. But man, what a nice looking job. So we took that flexible gas and got rid of that. We came across the top with an 18-inch nipple, put our union there, dropped down with an 18, 7-inch into there. Alright, we got that digital thermometer here, 91 Fahrenheit. It was 45 in the return. It's only a 45 degree rise, but we're still within our 40 to 70, so I looked at turning the fan speed down, but it says do not use red, which is the only speed underneath the blue, which is what it comes on from the factory. So we're just going to leave her there and call it a day.